Hey everyone, Greg from My Mortgage here. We get asked a lot of questions about lifestyle blocks or small, small lifestyle blocks, larger than your normal residential section and potentially out in the country. It's becoming, I think, a bit of the Kiwi dream. It used to be the quarter acre section and it's kind of moved on to the small lifestyle block. And lots of people saying, hey, I can afford the land, but I can't quite afford to build my dream house on that land just at the moment. So what I'm going to do is build a shed. We're going to live in it until we can get things together ready to build the house. Now, there are definitely ways that can be done, but we've got to make sure that it's done within the bank's policy. So just a few guidelines here to help you out. So number one, the bank wants a dwelling, somewhere to live on the property. So that's fine. If you're happy to build a shed and live in it, that's totally fine, except it needs to be up to the bank's dwelling standards, which means it needs to be up to the council's dwelling standards. So your local council and what that looks like. So it definitely makes sense to chat to the local council and figure out what determines it being a dwelling. And then also just check what a minor dwelling is. So that means you can have two dwellings. For most locations, you can have two dwellings, two houses on a property, no issue at all. Depending on the land size. So you want to check what the minor dwelling rules are and probably try and build that first dwelling, the shed, into those rules so that then when you build your main house on the property, that you don't need to pull down the shed, or you could decommission that dwelling as well, which is basically get it, remove stuff from it so that it's no longer a dwelling. So again, something to chat with your local council about. The other thing the bank's going to want is a fixed price contract. So what that means is you can't go and get a shed built and then go to someone else and get it lined, and then go to someone else and get the kitchen put in, and go to someone else, and so on and so on. That becomes an owner managed build. There's other videos on our website about that, and it can get a little bit more tricky. So what you want to do is go and find a builder and get them to get the quote from the shed company, get them to get the plumber's quotes and the electrical quotes and all that sort of stuff, and put it all together in a fixed price contract. And that fixed price contract can then have a payment schedule associated with it as well. So once you've got that, then the banks are really happy to lend on that. And then we just need to get a valuation done. And the valuation will show this is what the land is worth right now. And then once this dwelling is built, it just so happens that this dwelling is a shed with living quarters in it, then the value will be this, and we can work from that value. So sometimes what we see is people will see a shed online somewhere and then go, cool, I'll chuck some stuff in it, good to go, we'll live in that, no problem. Unfortunately, it's not always that simple, so feel free to reach out. We're happy to talk through the specifics of how that works, but if you kind of follow those guidelines, then we'll definitely be able to get something over the line with one of the banks for you.